Jupiter Island, Florida. November 27th, 2009. Thanksgiving weekend. The sun is setting over the intracoastal waterway, casting long shadows across one of the most exclusive barrier islands in America. Behind tall hedges and security gates, on a 12-acre compound worth over $60 million, a man sits alone in a house that was supposed to represent everything he had won. Tiger Woods is 33 years old. He is the greatest golfer who has ever lived. 14 major championships, 71 PGA Tour victories, over $1 billion in career earnings and endorsements combined. His face is on billboards across the world. His name is synonymous with excellence, discipline, and perfection. But inside the Jupiter Island estate, behind walls built to keep the world out, perfection is cracking. In less than 24 hours, everything Tiger has built, the image, the empire, the carefully constructed persona of the clean-cut family man and dominant athlete will begin to collapse. At 2:25 in the morning on November 28th, Tiger will crash his Cadillac Escalade into a fire hydrant and a tree at the end of his driveway. His wife Aileen will be there, smashing the back window with a golf club, supposedly to help him get out. The police will be called. The questions will begin. And within days, the truth will start leaking out. Tiger Woods, the man who seemed to have everything under control, has been living a double life. Multiple affairs. A pattern of deception so extensive, it will eventually involve over a dozen women coming forward. Hotel rooms, text messages, a secret life hidden behind the gates of the Jupiter Island mansion. The crash is not the beginning. It is the moment when the facade finally breaks, when the pressure of maintaining perfection becomes impossible to sustain, when the life Tiger built, both the public image and the private reality, collides with itself in the middle of the night on a quiet Florida street. The estate on Jupiter Island was purchased in 2006 for $38 million. Tiger tore down the existing house and spent another $25 million building something new. A compound, 12 acres, 10,000 square feet of living space, a 4-hole golf course, an oxygen therapy room, a gym, a wine cellar, a boat dock, security systems designed to ensure total privacy. It was supposed to be a sanctuary, a place where Tiger could be himself, away from cameras and crowds and the constant pressure of being Tiger Woods. A place where his family, his wife Aileen and their 2 young children, could live safely and privately. But sanctuaries built on secrets do not hold. And by November 2009, the secrets were too big to contain. The fortress Tiger built to protect his perfect life was about to become the symbol of its destruction. This is not a story about golf. It is a story about control, about what happens when a person builds their entire identity around being perfect, about the cost of fame so extreme it turns you into a brand rather than a human being, about the particular kind of pressure that comes from being told from childhood that you are destined for greatness and that anything less than total dominance is failure. To understand what happened at the Jupiter Island estate, you have to go back, not to the mansion, not to the affairs, but to a childhood spent on golf courses, under the watchful eye of a father who saw his son not just as a child, but as a vessel for his own unfulfilled ambitions. Part 2. The Boy Who Was Built to Win. Eldrick Taunt Woods was born December 30th, 1975, in Cypress, California, a working-class suburb of Los Angeles. His father, Earl Woods, was a retired Army officer, a Green Beret who had served in Vietnam. His mother, Coltita, called Tita, was from Thailand, where Earl had been stationed. Earl gave his son the nickname Tiger after a Vietnamese soldier and friend who had saved his life during the war. The name stuck. Eldrick became Tiger. And from the moment he could hold a golf club, his father had a plan. Earl had been a decent amateur golfer himself, but never exceptional. He saw in his son an opportunity, not just to play golf, but to dominate it, to become the greatest golfer who ever lived, to break barriers. Tiger was half black, half Asian, growing up in a sport dominated by white men from wealthy families. Earl saw this as an advantage, a story, a narrative that would make Tiger not just great, but historic. Tiger was 6 months old when Earl first put a golf club in his hands. By age 2, Tiger was hitting balls on a driving range. By 3, he was playing 9 holes. By 5, he was already showing signs of something extraordinary. Not just talent, but focus, an ability to block out everything except the ball and the target. Earl trained Tiger obsessively, not just in golf mechanics, but in mental toughness. He would stand behind Tiger during practice and jingle coins, or cough, or make noise, trying to break his concentration. Tiger learned to ignore distractions, learned that nothing mattered except performance. Tita reinforced the discipline. She was strict, demanding, deeply influenced by Buddhist principles of self-control and mental discipline. Together, Earl and Tita created an environment where Tiger's entire existence revolved around golf. School was secondary. Friends were secondary. Childhood, in any traditional sense, was secondary. By age 8, Tiger had won his first junior tournament. By 10, he was dominating junior golf in California. By 15, he was the youngest player ever to win the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship. He won it 3 years in a row. Tiger was not just good, he was inevitable. Everyone who watched him knew it. This was not just a talented kid. This was someone who was going to change the sport. Earl leaned into the narrative. He gave interviews calling Tiger the chosen one. He said Tiger's destiny was to do more than win golf tournaments. He was going to change the world, break down racial barriers, unite people, be bigger than golf. The pressure on Tiger was immense, not just to win, but to fulfill a prophecy his father had created. To be perfect, to never falter, to carry the weight of history on his shoulders every time he stepped onto a golf course. Tiger responded by winning, and winning, and winning. He won the U.S. Amateur Championship 3 times, another record. He attended Stanford University on a golf scholarship and won the NCAA Individual Championship. Then, in 1996, at age 20, he turned professional. The expectations were astronomical. Nike signed him to a $40 million endorsement deal before he had won a single professional tournament. Titleist signed him for $20 million. The golf world was betting everything on a 20-year-old who had never played around as a professional. Tiger won twice, his first 7 starts. Then, in April 1997, at age 21, he won the Masters tournament by 12 strokes, the largest margin of victory in tournament history. He became the youngest Masters champion ever and the first black golfer to win the tournament. Earl cried. The world watched, and Tiger, at 21 years old, became the most famous athlete on the planet. But the victory came with a cost no one could see yet. Tiger had spent his entire life learning that his value was his performance, that love, approval, and worth were conditional on winning, that anything less than perfection was failure. He had been trained to ignore distractions, to suppress emotions, to view everything, including people, as obstacles or tools in the pursuit of excellence. That mindset would make him the greatest golfer who ever lived, and it would destroy his personal life completely. Part 3. Building the Empire. Between 1997 and 2008, Tiger Woods dominated professional golf in a way no one had before. He won 14 major championships. He held all 4 major titles simultaneously, the Tiger Slam. He spent a record 281 consecutive weeks as the world number 1. More importantly, he transformed golf from a niche sport into a global phenomenon. Television ratings doubled when Tiger played. Purses increased. Sponsorships exploded. The entire professional golf economy reorganized itself around one man. Tiger's endorsement deals made him the first athlete to earn over $1 billion in career earnings. Nike, Titleist, American Express, Buick, Gillette, Gatorade, EA Sports. His face was everywhere. The commercials always showed the same image. Focused, determined, in control. The perfect athlete. But the image was a performance. Behind it, Tiger was struggling with the pressure of being Tiger Woods. The constant scrutiny, the expectations, the loneliness that comes from being so dominant that competition stops being competition and becomes a foregone conclusion. In 2004, Tiger married Elin Nordegren, a Swedish model he had met through fellow golfer Jesper Parnevik. The wedding was private, held in Barbados, tightly controlled. The media got a few approved photos. That was it. Elin was beautiful, poised, and private. She seemed like the perfect partner for Tiger's carefully managed public image. The clean-cut, family-oriented superstar. They had their first child, Sam, in 2007. Their son Charlie followed in 2009. During this period, Tiger purchased the land on Jupiter Island. He paid $38 million for the property in 2006. It was one of the most exclusive addresses in America. Jupiter Island is a barrier island off the coast of Florida, about an hour north of Miami. It is 4 miles long, half a mile wide, and home to some of the wealthiest people in the country. The island is not public. There are no hotels, no restaurants, no shops. Just private estates hidden behind walls and hedges. Residents include billionaires, CEOs, and celebrities who value privacy above everything else. Tiger bought the property because it offered something money usually cannot buy: total privacy. On Jupiter Island, no one bothers their neighbors. No paparazzi camp at the gates. No fans knock on doors. The unspoken rule is that everyone leaves everyone else alone. Tiger tore down the existing house and started building. Not just a house, a compound. He hired architects and contractors and spent over 2 years on construction. The cost eventually exceeded $25 million on top of the land purchase. The main house was 10,000 square feet. Modern design, clean lines, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Intracoastal Waterway, multiple bedrooms and bathrooms, a master suite designed for absolute comfort. But the house itself was just the beginning. Tiger built a 4-hole golf course on the property, a short course where he could practice without leaving home. He built a separate building for fitness, a gym equipped with everything he needed to maintain his body at peak performance. He installed an oxygen therapy chamber used for recovery and healing. There was a boat dock with access to the Intracoastal, a wine cellar, a basement with a poker room and entertainment spaces, guest houses for visitors, quarters for live-in staff. The security was extreme: gates, cameras, systems designed to keep the outside world at a distance. Tiger wanted a place where he could control everything, where he decided who entered and when. The estate was completed in 2010, but Tiger and his family were staying there by late 2009 while final touches were being added. From the outside, it looked like paradise. A champion at the peak of his powers, building the perfect home for his perfect family. From the inside, the reality was very different, because by late 2009, Tiger was living two completely separate lives, and the pressure of keeping them separate was about to break him. Part 4. The Double Life. While Tiger was building the Jupiter Island compound, he was also building something else, a secret life. A pattern of infidelity so extensive and reckless it defied logic. Tiger had been cheating on Elin almost from the beginning of their relationship. Not once, not a mistake, but systematically, repeatedly, with multiple women in multiple cities. A deliberate pattern of deception that required planning, coordination, and a level of compartmentalization that seems almost inhuman. The women were varied: cocktail waitresses, club hostesses, porn stars, models, women he met in Las Vegas, New York, Los Angeles, women who worked at clubs Tiger frequented, women who were introduced to him by friends or associates. Tiger used burner phones, fake names. He traveled with a tight circle of enablers, friends, and associates who helped facilitate the affairs, who provided alibis, who kept the secrets. The hotels were always high-end. The encounters were transactional. Tiger was not looking for relationships. He was looking for control, for encounters that could be contained, managed, and kept separate from his public life. But the system was fragile. It required constant maintenance, coordination, and it required the women to stay quiet. Some did, bound by non-disclosure agreements or the understanding that going public would destroy their own reputations as much as Tiger's. Others did not. In November 2009, the National Enquirer published a story alleging that Tiger was having an affair with a nightclub hostess named Rachel Uschitel. The story included photos and details. Rachel denied it. Tiger's representatives denied it. But the story was out. Elin saw it. She confronted Tiger. He denied everything. But Elin was not convinced. She started digging. And what she found in Tiger's phone records and text messages was worse than one affair. It was evidence of multiple affairs, a pattern, a secret life. On Thanksgiving night, November 26, 2009, Tiger and Elin fought. The details of what happened are not fully public. But the fight was serious. Elin was furious. Tiger tried to leave. In the early hours of November 28th, around 2:25 in the morning, Tiger drove his Cadillac Escalade out of the driveway of the Jupiter Island estate. He was going slow. He hit a fire hydrant, then a tree. The airbags deployed. The car was damaged, but not totaled. Elin came out of the house with a golf club. She smashed the rear window of the SUV, later saying she was trying to help Tiger get out. The police were called. Tiger was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. He was cited for careless driving. The official story was that it was a minor accident. Tiger released a statement taking responsibility. No alcohol involved, just a careless mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. But the media sensed something more. The timing, the early morning, the wife with the golf club. The story did not add up. And then the floodgates opened. Within days, women started coming forward. Not just Rachel Uschitel, others, many others. They had text messages, voicemails, photos, evidence of affairs that had lasted months, sometimes years. Tiger tried to stay silent. His team tried to manage the crisis. But the volume of women, the details, the sheer scope of the deception made silence impossible. By early December, Tiger released a statement admitting to infidelity. He apologized. He took full responsibility. He said he was taking an indefinite break from golf to focus on his family. But the admissions kept coming. Eventually, the number of women who claimed affairs with Tiger reached over a dozen. Some reports suggested the real number was much higher. Sponsors started dropping him. Accenture, AT&T, Gatorade, Gillette. Billions of dollars in endorsement value evaporated. Nike stood by him, but others did not. The Jupiter Island estate, the fortress Tiger built to protect his perfect life, became the center of the scandal. This was where the crash happened, where the fight with Elin occurred, where Tiger had been living his double life while presenting himself as a devoted family man. The gates that were supposed to keep the world out could not keep the truth in, and the perfection Tiger had spent his entire life building shattered in a matter of weeks. Part 5. The Fall and the Fortress. Tiger entered a rehabilitation facility in Mississippi in early 2010. The official statement said he was being treated for sex addiction. The real reason was simpler. He needed to disappear. The media frenzy was overwhelming. The sponsors were furious. His family was destroyed. And Tiger, for the first time in his life, did not know how to fix it. Elin filed for divorce in August 2010. The settlement was reportedly around $100 million, one of the largest celebrity divorce settlements in history. She received primary custody of their 2 children. Tiger was granted visitation rights. The divorce was finalized quickly and quietly. Elin wanted out. She moved off Jupiter Island, eventually settling in North Palm Beach. Close enough for Tiger to see the kids, but far enough to establish her own life. Tiger stayed in the Jupiter Island mansion. The house that was supposed to be their family home became his alone. The rooms designed for children now echoed. The security systems designed to protect privacy now just kept him isolated. He tried to return to golf in April 2010 at the Masters. The media attention was suffocating. Every shot analyzed, every expression scrutinized. He finished tied for 4th. A respectable result, but not a win. Over the next several years, Tiger struggled, not just with golf, but with everything. His body started breaking down. Back injuries, knee problems, multiple surgeries. The physical toll of decades of training and competition was catching up. His golf game declined. He went years without winning a major championship. The dominance that had defined him was gone. He was still Tiger Woods, but he was no longer Tiger Woods. The aura was broken. The Jupiter Island estate became a kind of prison. Tiger could not leave without being followed, could not date without it becoming a headline, could not live anything resembling a normal life. The fortress designed for privacy became a cage. He retreated further into isolation. Friends from his early career described him as changed, quieter, more withdrawn. The confidence that had carried him through his 20s was gone, replaced by something harder to define. Not quite depression, but close. A man going through the motions. Inside the mansion, Tiger tried to rebuild. He focused on his children. Sam and Charlie visited regularly. He tried to be a present father, the kind his own father had never quite been. He coached Charlie's baseball team. He attended Sam's soccer games. He tried to create normalcy in a life that was anything but normal. But the house itself was a constant reminder of failure. Every room held memories of the family that no longer existed. The golf course he built reminded him of the career that was slipping away. The security gates reminded him of the life he could not live outside them. By 2013, Tiger was in another relationship, this time with Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn. The relationship was public, carefully managed through social media. Tiger was trying to show the world he had moved on, that he was capable of a healthy relationship. It lasted 3 years. In 2015, they announced their breakup. The statement was polite. Mutual decision. Still friends. But the pattern was clear. Tiger could not sustain relationships. The damage from his childhood, from the pressure, from the double life, was too deep. The Jupiter Island mansion remained his base. He renovated parts of it, updated systems, changed decor, tried to make it feel less like a memorial to a failed marriage and more like a home. But a 12-acre estate is too large for one person, too empty, too full of ghosts. In 2017, Tiger was arrested for DUI. The police found him asleep in his Mercedes, parked awkwardly on the side of a road near Jupiter Island. He was not drunk. He was on prescription medication, pain pills for his back, sleep aids. The combination left him incoherent. The mugshot was disturbing. Tiger looked hollow, lost, a shell of the athlete who had once dominated the world. The arrest was embarrassing. Another scandal, another headline, another reminder that the perfect image was a lie. But it was also a turning point. Tiger checked into treatment again. Not for sex addiction this time, for prescription drug abuse. He spent time getting clean, getting his body and mind right. And slowly, impossibly, he started to rebuild. Not the image, not the empire, but the golf. The one thing that had always made sense. The one place where control was still possible. Part 6. The Comeback and the Silence. In April 2019, Tiger Woods won the Masters tournament for the 5th time. He was 43 years old. It had been 11 years since his last major championship. Most people had written him off, said his body was too broken, his mind too damaged. His time was over. They were wrong. Tiger played 4 nearly perfect rounds at Augusta National. He stalked the leaders. He made clutch putts. And on Sunday afternoon, he walked up the 18th fairway, with the crowd roaring, the same sound he had heard at 21, but thought he would never hear again. He won by 1 stroke. When the final putt dropped, Tiger roared. Not the controlled fist pump he used to do. A raw, guttural scream. Emotion he had suppressed for years pouring out in one moment. His children were there. Sam and Charlie ran onto the green. Tiger hugged them the way Earl had hugged him in 1997. The circle complete. The redemption story written. The world celebrated. This was supposed to be the end of the story. The comeback. The proof that even after everything, talent and will could overcome scandal and injury and time. Tiger Woods had won again. He was back. But back to what? Tiger returned to Jupiter Island after the Masters. To the mansion that had witnessed his fall. To the isolation he had never fully escaped. The win was real. The emotion was real. But the life waiting for him was the same as before. He played golf. He rehabbed his body. He saw his children. He gave carefully controlled interviews where he said the right things about gratitude and perspective and second chances. But the Tiger who won the Masters in 2019 was not the Tiger who won in 1997. The younger Tiger had believed he was invincible. The older Tiger knew he was not. Knew his body could betray him. Knew his mind could betray him. Knew that everything he built could collapse in a single night. The mansion on Jupiter Island was different now, too. The renovations continued. Tiger built a new dock, upgraded the golf course, added features. But the fundamental question remained unanswered. What is a fortress for when you are no longer defending anything? Tiger dated occasionally. Nothing serious, nothing public. He kept his personal life almost entirely private. No social media posts about relationships. No appearances at public events with partners. He had learned that lesson. The cost of exposure was too high. The estate became known in the media as a symbol of both his success and his isolation. $60 million worth of property. 12 acres on one of the most exclusive islands in America. And one man living there alone most of the time, except when his children visited. Friends who knew Tiger described him as content but not happy. Focused but not fulfilled. He had achieved the comeback, won the Masters, proved everyone wrong. But the victory had not filled the emptiness, had not answered the deeper questions about what he was building toward and why. In February 2021, less than 2 years after the Masters win, Tiger crashed his car again, this time in Los Angeles, a single vehicle accident. He was driving too fast on a winding road, lost control. The SUV rolled. His leg was shattered, multiple fractures, emergency surgery. The injuries were so severe that doctors considered amputation. Tiger survived. But the crash raised questions no one wanted to ask publicly. Was it just an accident? Careless driving? Or was it something else? A subconscious decision to escape? A moment of not caring enough to be careful? No one knows except Tiger. And Tiger was not talking. He released statements thanking doctors and supporters. He focused on recovery. He said he was grateful to be alive. But the pattern was undeniable. Twice now, car crashes at moments when the pressure was mounting, when life inside the fortress became too much. Part 7. What the Mansion Cannot Protect. The Jupiter Island estate is still Tiger's primary residence. He has owned it for over 15 years now. It is worth far more than he paid given renovations and the real estate market. Estimates place the value over $60 million. But what is it worth to Tiger? Not in dollars. In terms of what it provides, what it protects, what it costs. The mansion was built to ensure privacy, and it does that. Tiger can live there without being photographed, without being bothered, without the world intruding on his daily life. That privacy is real and valuable. But privacy is not the same as peace. The walls keep people out. They do not keep Tiger's thoughts in. They do not protect him from himself, from the pressure he internalized as a child, from the belief that his value is his performance, from the loneliness that comes from being so famous you cannot trust anyone new. The estate is also a symbol of what Tiger lost, the family he built and destroyed, the perfect image that shattered, the years of dominance that will never return. Every room, every feature carries that weight. Tiger built a 4-hole golf course on the property so he could practice without leaving home. A practical decision, but also a symbol of isolation, of a life so controlled, so managed, that even practice requires staying inside the fortress. The oxygen therapy chamber, the gym, the wine cellar, the boat dock, all of it designed for self-sufficiency, for not needing the outside world, for control. But control is exhausting, and the tighter you hold it, the more it costs. Tiger spent his entire childhood learning to control everything, his emotions, his focus, his public image. And when that control slipped, when the double life became public, the collapse was total. The mansion represents both Tiger's triumph and his failure. He earned the money to build it through talent and work, but he fills it with isolation and secrecy. It protects him from the world, and it protects him from the life he might have had if he had learned earlier that perfection is impossible and that control is an illusion. What the mansion cannot protect him from is time. Tiger is 48 years old now. His body is held together by surgeries and willpower. He cannot play a full tournament schedule. His chances of winning another major are slim. The career is winding down. And then what? What does Tiger Woods become when he is no longer a golfer? When the identity he built his entire life around is gone? When there are no more tournaments to win, no more comebacks to achieve? The mansion will still be there. The 12 acres, the golf course, the security gates. But they cannot answer those questions, cannot provide purpose beyond what Tiger brings to them. This is the cost of building a life around one thing. When that thing ends, what remains? For Tiger, the answer is unclear. He has his children. He has his foundation, which does genuine good work helping kids through education programs. He has money, security, privacy. But does he have peace? Does he have relationships that go deeper than what he allows? Does he have a version of himself that exists independent of golf, of fame, of the image? The mansion suggests otherwise. Because a person at peace does not need 12 acres and a fortress, does not need walls that high or security that tight, does not need to control every variable to feel safe. Tiger built the Jupiter Island estate to protect himself from the world. But the real threat was never the world. It was the pressure inside his own head, the belief that anything less than perfection is failure, the inability to accept himself as flawed, human, and worthy of love anyway. The mansion cannot fix that. It can only hide it. And hiding is not the same as healing. Part 8. The Children of Tiger Woods. Sam and Charlie Woods visit their father regularly at the Jupiter Island estate. They are teenagers now. Sam is 16. Charlie is 14. They did not choose to be the children of Tiger Woods. But that is what they are, and the mansion on Jupiter Island is part of their inheritance, for better and worse. Tiger is reportedly a devoted father. He attends their events. He coaches Charlie's golf team. He supports Sam in whatever she chooses to pursue. He tries, by all accounts, to give them the childhood he never had. Freedom, options, the ability to choose their own paths. But they also carry the weight of his name. Sam and Charlie cannot escape being Tiger Woods' children. They will always be compared to him, always asked about him, always judged through the lens of his success and his scandals. Charlie has shown talent in golf, real talent. He plays in junior tournaments. Tiger works with him. But the pressure on Charlie is immense. If he pursues golf professionally, every shot will be compared to his father's. Every tournament will be about whether he can live up to the legacy. If he does not pursue golf, the question will be why not? Was he not good enough? Did the pressure break him? Did he reject his father's path? There is no neutral option for Charlie Woods. No way to be just a kid who plays golf. He is Tiger Woods' son, and that defines him whether he wants it to or not. Sam has chosen a different path. She is interested in soccer, not golf, and Tiger supports that. But even Sam cannot fully escape. Her father's scandals are part of the public record, his infidelities, the divorce, the arrests. All of it is available for anyone with an internet connection. Imagine being a teenager and knowing that your father's mistakes are cataloged online, that your classmates can read about them, that your friends know details about your family's private pain. The Jupiter Island mansion offers some protection. Behind the gates, Sam and Charlie can be themselves, can swim in the pool, play on the golf course, live without being watched. But protection is not the same as freedom, and the mansion, for all its luxury, is still shaped by Tiger's needs, not theirs. It is his fortress, his isolation, his response to a world that he cannot fully trust. What does it teach them? That safety requires walls? That privacy requires secrecy? That fame is a burden to be managed rather than a life to be lived? Or does Tiger teach them something different? Does he use his own story as a cautionary tale? Does he show them, through his mistakes, what not to do? Does he model vulnerability, admitting where he failed and why? The answer likely depends on the day. Tiger is, by all accounts, trying. But trying does not erase damage. And the mansion, symbol of both his success and his isolation, is part of what they inherit. Not just the property, but the meaning, the weight, the cost. Part 9. The Next Crash. In February 2021, Tiger crashed his car on a road in Los Angeles. The injuries were catastrophic. His right leg was shattered. Compound fractures. Emergency surgery. Months of recovery. The possibility that he would never walk normally again, let alone play professional golf. The crash happened on a stretch of road known for accidents. Tiger was driving too fast. He lost control. The car rolled. The front end was destroyed. Photos of the wreck showed a vehicle that should have killed its driver. Tiger survived because of the SUV's safety features and luck. But the crash raised questions that the official investigation never fully answered. Why was he driving that fast on that road? Was he distracted? Was he under the influence of something, even if legal? The official report concluded it was excessive speed and an inability to negotiate a curve. No evidence of impairment, no charges filed, just another accident. But the pattern is impossible to ignore. 2 major car crashes, both single vehicle, both moments when Tiger was alone, both moments when, arguably, the pressure of being Tiger Woods was at a peak. After the Masters win in 2019, the expectations returned. Everyone wanted more. More wins, more majors. Proof that the comeback was not a fluke. And Tiger's body, already held together by surgeries, was breaking down again. The pain was constant. The performance required to compete at the highest level was becoming impossible. The 2021 crash happened during a tournament Tiger was hosting in Los Angeles. He had been doing media appearances, smiling, playing the role of Tiger Woods. And then, alone in a car early in the morning, he crashed. Is it possible that some part of Tiger, subconsciously, wanted an escape? That driving too fast on a dangerous road was not an accident, but a decision? Not suicide exactly, but recklessness, a willingness to let fate decide. This is speculation. Dark speculation that crosses lines most people are uncomfortable crossing. But the question lingers. Because the alternative is that Tiger Woods, one of the most controlled, disciplined athletes in history, simply lost control twice in major accidents. That the man who trained himself to block out all distractions, who mastered the mental game better than anyone, just made careless mistakes. Both explanations are incomplete. The truth is likely somewhere in between. Exhaustion, pain, the weight of expectations, the loneliness of the Jupiter Island mansion, the knowledge that the career is ending and the question of what comes next has no good answer. All of it pressing down until control, the thing Tiger built his life around, slips. Just for a moment. Just long enough for the car to leave the road. Tiger survived the crash. He returned to Jupiter Island to recover. The mansion became, once again, a place of isolation, physical therapy, pain management, slow, agonizing progress toward being able to walk. He cannot play competitive golf anymore. Not at the level required to win. His body will not allow it. The leg injury was too severe. He can play recreationally. He can hit balls on the 4-hole course behind his house. But the career, in any meaningful sense, is over. And now Tiger faces the question he has been avoiding his entire life. Who is he when he is not Tiger Woods the golfer? What is left when the performance ends? The mansion has no answer. It just sits on Jupiter Island, quiet, secure, expensive, waiting for Tiger to decide what comes next. Part 10. The Island and the Isolation. Jupiter Island remains one of the most exclusive addresses in America. The residents, fewer than 1,000 people on the entire island, value privacy above everything. They have the wealth to buy it. And they have the systems in place to maintain it. No commercial development, no public beaches, no tourists. Just private estates hidden behind walls and vegetation. The island exists as a retreat from the world, a place where the ultra-wealthy can live without being seen. Tiger Woods fits perfectly into that culture. He values privacy. He needs distance from fans and media. He has the wealth to afford one of the most expensive properties on the island. But the culture of Jupiter Island also enables isolation. It makes it easy to withdraw completely, to live entirely behind gates, to interact only with staff and a small circle of trusted people, to never have to engage with anyone or anything outside your control. For someone like Tiger, who has spent his entire life being watched and judged, that isolation is seductive. No more cameras, no more questions, no more performance, just peace, just quiet. But isolation is not peace, and quiet is not the same as contentment. The mansion gives Tiger privacy. It does not give him connection. It does not give him purpose beyond what he brings to it. What does Tiger do in that house? He trains when his body allows it. He spends time with his children when they visit. He manages his business interests, his endorsements, his foundation. But what does he do with the hours in between? The nights alone in a 10,000 square foot house on 12 acres with no one to talk to. Friends who have visited describe the estate as beautiful but cold, impressive but empty, a showcase property that does not feel like a home. The kind of place that looks perfect in architectural magazines but does not invite warmth or spontaneity or the mess of actual life. This is the cost of perfection, of building a life around control. Everything is managed, everything is secure, everything is exactly as it should be. But nothing is alive. Nothing is risky. Nothing challenges you or pushes you or forces you to grow. Tiger built the Jupiter Island estate as a fortress, and he succeeded. The walls keep the world out, but they also keep him in. Keep him isolated, keep him safe in a way that is also suffocating. The island itself is a metaphor, a barrier between the mainland and the ocean, a place that exists in between, protected from both sides, but also separated, cut off, a place where the ultra-wealthy can pretend the rest of the world does not exist. Tiger Woods, the most famous golfer in history, the man who brought the sport to millions of people, now lives in a place designed to hide from those same people. The irony is almost too perfect. He built his career on performance, on being seen, on dominating in front of crowds. And now he lives in a place where being unseen is the entire point, where the architecture and the culture and the money all work together to create invisibility. Is that victory or defeat? Is Tiger living the dream, or is he hiding from the wreckage? The answer depends on what you think Tiger needs. If he needs rest, privacy, and time to heal, then Jupiter Island is perfect. If he needs connection, purpose, and engagement with life beyond golf, then the mansion is a trap. And the truth is probably that Tiger needs both. That the fortress serves a purpose but cannot be the entire answer. That hiding is necessary after trauma but cannot become permanent. The mansion on Jupiter Island is beautiful, worth $60 million. equipped with everything a person could want. But it cannot give Tiger what he actually needs: a sense of self that exists independent of performance, relationships built on something other than fame, a reason to get up in the morning that does not involve proving anything to anyone. The gates will keep standing, the security will keep running, the hedges will keep growing, and Tiger will keep living behind them, safe, private, isolated. And the question will remain: what does it profit a man to build a fortress if he is alone inside it? If you enjoyed this investigation into Tiger Woods' Jupiter Island estate and the cost of perfection, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support makes these detailed stories possible. Tell me in the comments which mansion or estate you want explored next. Every beautiful property has its shadows. Every empire has its costs. Every fortress built high enough becomes a prison. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next investigation.